Because when we bring EdTech into our classrooms, we're going to see in a minute at the first very simple, most basic tool that we look at, that you can immediately begin to aim as your first step, creativity, and knowledge and remembering comes along the way. So we have Bloom's taxonomy. We have all these other things we could be doing, games, art, drama, music, creating. What about our classroom and how we operate in our classroom? How many of you are working with face-to-face instruction? Can someone give
I am.
You are. What's an example of face-to-face instruction?
Well, it's of course the teacher standing in the front of the room trying to impart some knowledge, which I realize is somewhat old-fashioned, or encouraging the students to interact with each other and share and grow their own knowledge.
Absolutely. So sometimes we think it's old-fashioned. There's still a place, and we'll see even with EdTech, there's an important place for the teacher as facilitator. So instructor-led teaching. What about synchronous teaching? Can someone give an example of synchronous teaching?
Doing, if live simulations, would that be having a Seder in the classroom, or doing a hub service in the classroom where the students are doing whatever they're learning about?
Well, that would still really fall under a workshop, more face-to-face, but synchronous live would be if what we're all doing now, where we're all sitting in our own spaces, our own homes, but we're together as a learning community. And it could be your students sitting in their classrooms together as a learning community, but it's not face-to-face. You're going to see later on, we're going to look at something which is very collaborative, that your students on their own devices can be creating a synchronous learning community. A collaborative asynchronous learning community could be something like Facebook, right, or social media, or something your students communicate with each other at home on their own time that can be shared in a face-to-face environment, but it's happening live. As we go with self-paced asynchronous, we can record lessons, or we can have the students doing things at home where they're recording themselves, and that's a lesson, and we're going to take a look at that in just a few minutes. So all of these ideas, or different types of learning models, should kind of be in the back of our heads as we begin to explore EdTech. And we're going to explore EdTech by looking at one of the simplest things to create, which is very easy, but